Beautiful soul, namaste. I sincerely hope that you are well. And the person that I'm speaking to is a world-class heretic, okay? A heretic is a person with a being with a very advanced mind, someone who has a deep level of love for God and for all of God's creations. And a heretic a heretic is someone who's very clever. There's a powerful movie about this called Heretic. It's a new movie. It's got Hugh Grant in it, and it's actually a really brilliant movie. But what a heretic does, and there's a Sufi proverb around, before becoming enlightened, one must first become a heretic. It's kind of like a part of the initiation process, something that you have to go through on your journey towards enlightenment. And you, my friend, are a powerful heretic. So you create circumstances that put people, other people that you love, other people that you have relationships with, in this heretic role. You put people in certain positions. You create a certain set of circumstances. You don't always do this consciously. It's your God self or your higher self or even your oversoul, which is more powerful because it's the collective of all of our higher selves put together. So you tap into this really powerful consciousness frequency, and because you're plugged into that frequency and it flows through you, it orchestrates and crafts your reality, and it crafts these circumstances that put other people in your energy field in a position where they have to choose, for example, money or God, right? It puts them, like the circumstances that are created by yourself in this heretic role, put people in a position where they have to really wrestle with their demons, and it forces a breakthrough. It brings about realizations and revelations and aha moments in a very powerful way for these people. And it helps them to level up, to grow, to expand their consciousness, to go deeper into love, and to shed old parts of themselves that are no longer serving them. Okay? So it's very powerful, this heretic energy. We've got the Five of Pentacles coming out in the reverse with the moon in the reverse as well. In this heretic energy, it's very much yang energy. Like, it's a very strong masculine, divine masculine, leadership energy that is working through you in this role, in this archetype that you are playing. And what it's doing is it's bringing people out of the cold, out of the lower frequencies. That is the role of the heretic, to bring people to God in a gentle, beautiful way, but also in a way that is strong and firm as well. Okay, I have the Four of Wands coming out here and the King of Pentacles coming out here as well. What I want to say is that the way that you set people up, like especially people who you could call your enemies, okay? No one's actually your enemy. The only enemy is the inner me, enemy. Thanks to my friend Alex, who I met in prison earlier this year, for sharing that wisdom with me. There is no enemy. The enemy is you. Okay, but whoever's playing the role of the enemy, or people have played the role of the enemy in your experience. And the way that you have set these people up for breakthrough, for growth, is quite phenomenal. I don't think you can fully appreciate the advanced level of mind mastery and mathematical prowess that you demonstrate, that the calculated, everything divinely orchestrated, every little detail. The way that you set people up, right, here's how you go about it. Here's the energy. If someone gets activated as a Judas in your reality, right, someone who comes against you to collapse an old timeline, okay, so this is what happens when we quantum shift into new realities, into higher levels of consciousness. We always activate the Judases, we activate the devil, we activate death, and we get tested by these archetypes which help us to collapse the old, clean the slate, to prepare space for the new. And it's really brilliant the way that you go about this. I need to say this. It is you have a brilliant mind, my friend. Because you allow these Judases, you look at it from so many different angles. You allow these Judases to come in and attack you. You allow them to hurt you. You allow them to take your possessions, things that you own. This could be material possessions. This could even be children for some of you. Some of you have had your children temporarily taken from you unfairly, okay? Not because it was justified, but because it was part of an initiation and part of a level up and a test from the divine to see how non-attached you have become. So what you have done in the past is let these Judases come in and take what they need to take, okay, attack you in the way that they need to attack you. And you sit back and you practice a deep level of surrender, okay, and observation. It's like you're sitting with this Four of Wands, sitting in your castle, your home, your safe place, and you're just in observer mode. That's very much your style. You very much observe these Judases. And often what you have observed is that there's a lot of corruption within these Judases, these other versions of you who often are playing the role of the enemy. Okay, when you see corruption and imbalance within others, you allow them to come and hurt you, to take you, to maybe persecute you, maybe even imprison you. You let these people do sometimes horrific things. You let them get away with things for a little while. Okay, you sort of lure them into a false sense of security. So these people, okay, feel as if they have a level of superiority over you. This is kind of like your bluff, okay? Poker is relevant here, Texas Hold'em. You're a very, very good poker player, okay? And I'm not talking about the game. You may be really good at the game poker, but in this life, my friend, you're playing poker, a high level of poker, while everyone else is playing checkers or chess. You're at another level, my friend. Okay, the way that you play poker, the way that you bluff people, so you lure people in so that they feel like they have something over you. They feel like you give them the illusion that they have authority over you. You give them the illusion that they have control over you, that they're able to hurt you, and that they're able to take things from you. You let them believe that, okay? And you practice a deep level of surrender and faith throughout this process. But you only let this go on for a short period of time before you call judgment on this behavior. And then what ends up happening is these people, you create more circumstances to test these people to see if they'll attack you again, knowing that they probably will. And when they attack you again, or come for your possessions again, or come for your children again, right, you don't allow it. Okay, so they expect that they're going to get one over you again because that's what happened last time, but they don't understand your level of divine protection, and they don't understand that you decide what you let into your energy field and what you deflect back. So when they try again, because what happens when you allow these people to attack you, people show you their true colors, so you can see who's who in the zoo. And then the second time they attack you, if they go again, you deflect that energy back and it hits them amplified like a rogue freight train and completely destroys their entire reality. It collapses their entire reality, creating a tower moment, pushing them into the expansion of their consciousness. It is absolutely brilliant, my friend. Stay tuned for part 2. Okay, guys, part 2, we're talking about this heretic archetype that you are absolutely nailing on a level that the world hasn't seen before, my friend. You are truly a world-class heretic. You're really embodying this King of Pentacles energy. Like it's a level of superiority, a level of mind mastery that the world has not seen before. A level of mentalism, okay? You're a master mentalist. Like you see it all like you're Ra. You see it all from the sky, my friend. There's too many cards there, Spirit. You see it from so many different angles. You work so many different angles. And you do this in a really humble way for the people that you love. Because you truly love unconditionally. All beings, my friend. There isn't a single being walking upon this earth that you don't hold the frequency of unconditional love for. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords coming out. And in the part 1 of this video, we were talking about the level of surrender that you practice throughout this process. You let people, you let your enemies hurt you. You let them come after you. You let them take your things. Even for some of you, you've let them take your children. That is, and just, I want to say, just the leap of faith required for that is the reason why you are where you are. Like, for those of you who have really proven that they are non-attached to their children and willing to trust God, that God is looking after your children, okay, because God is always looking over and looking after your children. All of God's children are cared for, okay? And you know that now because God has proven that to you. You have seen and experienced the evidence overwhelmingly. You know that even if you're physically separated from your children in this reality, you are never disconnected from them energetically, from their souls, and you can protect them in a million other ways, in other realms, other dimensions. Literally the Fool card coming out as I say that, like the leap of faith. Okay, the Fool card is all about taking these blind leaps of faith, which is what you have demonstrated so powerfully, my friend. You have demonstrated so many powerful, life-changing, blind leaps of faith. You have practiced a level of surrender with the Ten of Swords on a level, I'm saying, like, the world hasn't seen this level of surrender before. The world hasn't seen this level of faith before. We have the Queen of Cups coming out right here as well. Okay. And because of these leaps of faith that you have taken, you need to understand that you are ready to receive everything that you desire and everything you deserve, because you have proved to yourself, okay, you didn't need to prove it to anyone else, you proved to yourself that you were non-attached to all of the physical manifestations that were created from your ego. You said, okay, I know God, I trust God, and that's all I need. I don't need anything outside of God. That was the leap of faith that you took, my friend. A very, very powerful leap of faith. So be open to receiving in this Queen of Cups energy. Okay, water is very, very significant. We have the Eight of Swords coming out right here as well. Okay. This is when in this heretic energy, okay, this heretic role that you've been playing. This is the position that you put people in. Okay, you put them into this position where they didn't know, they were blindfolded, they were bound. You were able to bind people through circumstances, and your higher self, together with your oversoul, created these circumstances to bind particularly your enemies, right? To bind your enemies, to put them in a position where they had to really wrestle with themselves, and you put them in a position where it was so obvious that they had to choose God, otherwise there was going to be immense pain and suffering and anguish and struggle and disharmony and violence, okay? So you in this heretic role, you are able to show people clearly that God really is the only way. You don't do this forcefully either. It's not like you don't push God onto people. This is not what this is about, but it's just a very clever way. You're a brilliant magician, I have to say, a brilliant magician. You put people in a position where they can see the truth very clearly. Okay, Queen of Swords coming out here as well. Okay, a lot of Queen energy. So you definitely bring in this heretic role. Yes, it is a masculine role. Okay, however, you definitely bring, with two Queens coming out here, you definitely bring this balance of divine feminine. You bring the compassion. I'm getting Mary Magdalene consciousness, okay? Compassion, forgiveness, and empathic listening. So you hold a high frequency for these people because you take this responsibility very seriously. Like, not like in a serious way, but you make sure you do the job properly, the job or the role that the divine has assigned to you. This is a divine assignment for you, my friend, and you are passing with flying colors. You are paving a new way for this role. You are you've recreated this role of heretic, of magician, of alchemist, of Christ, of Buddha, of mystic. Okay, you're a mystic, my friend. The way that you go about this process, helping your enemies, helping others, is truly brilliant, because everyone that you help in this way finds a deep level of inner peace, finds balance, finds faith within themselves, always. And it's because you hold this high frequency for these people. They have no choice but to level up and quantum shift into a new reality, to choose love. And so Six of Wands coming out right here. You help people to remember how strong they are. You help people to remember who they walk with, their ancestors, spirit team. You help people believe in themselves. You help people to feel confident. You're a real confidence booster. Okay, people that spend time with you end up just very naturally feeling very confident within themselves, whatever it is that they're doing with their life. You help them to feel confident within themselves. King of Cups coming out right here as well. Like I said, water is very, very significant here. You bring such powerful energy to this role, my friend. It's natural for you, but you've also just recreated it as your own. The role of the heretic, like there's been many heretics throughout history. There's many great stories about heretics. We have the Two of Cups coming out right here as well. More water signs, like this union between yourself and the divine, my friend. The world isn't ready to see this union between yourself and the divine, because you're in this emperor energy, my friend. You have embodied the emperor, the divine masculine, my friend. You could be male or female. Gender does not apply here. Okay, but it is absolutely brilliant how you have pulled off this heretic role, how you have brought so many. You have literally brought, and I don't think you even fully understand how many people you have brought into an enlightened perspective. You have enlightened many, many hundreds of people, my friend, just by existing, just by showing up, just by being present with people, okay? So I hope you enjoy that reading. Please take what resonates, leave the rest, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Namaste, and I'll see you in the next video.